Not yet. Not yet, bro. Let's see.
Good night. What's going on, man?
Nothing, waiting for everybody to check in.
Did he come back last night?
Nah.
Elvis didn't come back that night?
Nah.
He snuck in, that's all.
Let's see what's going on here.
Well, you talked to him today?
Yeah, I just talked to him. He's supposed to be coming live with us. But we'll see.
Did you talk to him about that all your hollering and stuff?
I talked to Giacomo about it. I told Giacomo to let him know.
Huh?
I told him, Giacomo to let him know that we're not doing all that.
Yeah. We being civilized.
Right.
When did I say talk to Giacomo?
A little while ago.
He come around?
Yeah, he around. He didn't send me no email address though.
You probably don't want to participate in that shit.
Yeah, probably not. You on live though. It's just me and you right now.
Yeah. Giacomo mellow dude, man. He just riding with his family, you know.
Of course.
Hey,
He's real mellow. I like Giacomo. I like Giacomo. He's a mellow, cool dude, man.
Yeah, man. He just trying to, keep his family right, man. You know, blood thicker than mud. You don't go against your family.
Yeah.
But even if they wrong, I watch tell the homies, man, you stay down with the homie, but when you find out what you did it for, and it was a bunch of bullshit, get on that motherfucker ass who started that shit. Because when it's going on, you ain't got time to ask no questions. You just got to be down.
Right.
Unless you knew what it was all about from the beginning, then you just don't get involved in it at all. So that's you, nigga. I hate being led into being a crash dummy, man. Just because my heart is into the business.
Yeah.
Well, that's my problem right there. But we got a lot of good fallen soldiers behind that shit. Heart all in the business, and you know it, and you take advantage of their heart, no matter what, you know what I'm saying, kind of position you put their heart in. And once they find out what they did for, they be all fucking mad, man.
Yeah. Man, I don't know why you the first one and the only one in, man. I sent all the invites together. So I know Jimmy Lavender and Little Caesar was waiting, and Frog.
I put it this way, man. I'm always president of California when it comes to business.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? You got to tell me, and I'm going to be there. I try to get there early. I try to get a seat. Yeah, I try to get there before the seats get took up. I don't like standing up.
You VIP up in here.
Yeah. I don't like being the last man sitting on that wooden chair when everybody else got carpet and pillows and shit.
Kevin Mack.
Who is that?
What's up, AC?
They go Frog.
What's up with that? That's like Jimmy.
What's up, partner?
That's like
What's
Jimmy.
going on?
Is that Jimmy?
No, man, it's Frog.
Frog it, dog it, Frog.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Huh?
How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. I remember when you was a blood back in 1972.
Hey, guess what, man? Hey, you know what though?
What's that?
I take this to heart, man. I don't like playing with this, you know.
I know that's right, baby.
I take this very seriously. I don't like playing with this, man, because I lost too many homeboys to this, man, to be playing with it.
Hey, did you see in my book? I said for the sake of all of those who have given up their lives and died.
I don't play with this, man. I do not
bullshit with that, man. Why lie about some shit?
I get very offensive about this stuff, man, because whenever I lose loved ones, man, and people get to telling lies and fabricating, I get very angry behind that.
And don't, Frog, don't think the loved ones ain't listening because
I know they are. I know they are. Hey, but it's one thing I learned about the truth, though. It always comes to light, brother.
Ain't one way to tell that.
That's right. It always gonna come to the light, no matter what.
Hey, well, one way to tell that, man.
And guess what?
How you gonna create something and disappear from it and don't participate in it, and then come back 30 years later and want to claim that you're the sole conductor of it?
Hey, take the phone from your face, AC.
Hey.
Yeah.
What I want to know is this. This is what I want to ask the brother. I want to ask him one question. When he mentioned that he hooked the bounty hunters up with the brims, and it was Tavi and Ray Boyce. I want to know exactly what year is he talking about. Because Ray Boyce was gone from 1971 to 1972. Then he went back again December 72, and he came home in December 74. So I'm trying to figure out, when did you meet Ray Boyce on the streets, brother? Ray Boyce stayed in jail. He had nothing to do with that. Nothing. Not on those streets. So I want to know, when did you meet Ray Boyce on the streets, brother? Tell me. It had to be in the 60s. Because it wasn't in the 70s.
Yeah, he didn't. AC disappeared and Elgin hasn't showed up, so it's just me and you, Frog.
Guess what, my brother?
What?
My whole thing is the truth, man. I don't care about this garbage. I'm married, got children. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go forward. This right here, it only upsets me because I was a part of that. I know stuff that AC don't even know. Right. I would get ready to ask him a question. I got, look, Kev. Blue Rage, Black Redemption. My first book I ever read. Gangbanging. No, Mustard Cody was number 1. Number 2, I Am Raymond Washington. Number 3, the starting lineup. Number 4, this number 5 right here. The Voice from the Trenches, Tony Stacy. Number 6, the Code of Conduct, La. Check this out, brother. I don't know everything, but I do know one thing. Guess what? I know how to deter the truth from the false. I know that much, because guess what? I lived it. I was there. So I'm not here to fabricate nothing, because my whole thing is truth, brother. Now, guess what? If you can prove me wrong about what I'm saying, like AC said, you better have something to back it up with. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth gonna always slap you in the face, my brother, every time.
Out of all them books you got right there in front of you, which ones are most accurate in your opinion?
AC's. Only thing AC don't know that he made, when I read his book, everything he said was true, except one thing.
What's that?
Matter of fact, 2 things.
What are those?
Ray Boyce was not the leader of the original bounty hunter. Ray Boyce was pushed to be a bounty hunter because he was in YTS. They forced his hand. He was not a bounty hunter. Ray Boyce always been a player and a jacker, but he had to take that stand in YTS because his homeboys was there. The ones who were bounty hunters, they came in behind him. So when he went in, we was bounty hunters on the streets in 72, but he went in December 72. So when he ran into AC, there was no Bloods, man, at the time. When he was out here with us on the streets, there was no Bloods. We weren't even saying the word blood to each other, far as greeting each other. We were saying homeboy and what's up and homie. We wasn't saying no blood until I went to Centennial High and started hanging out with the Pirus in 74. That's when everything started changing in my hood, because I did that. I brought the red bandana to Nickerson Garden. The Different Lanes didn't have it because I hung out with Peabody. The Athens Park didn't have it because I hung out with Joe Robinson and a gang of Athens Park boys at Locke. I was the only one at Locke High flagging a red rag, brother. Was there nobody else flagging no red rag but me and my crew? Because I was going to Centennial and at Locke flagging a red rag, brother.
Hey.
Turn your volume down, Caesar, on your other device.
Okay.
Hey, Caesar.
Yeah.
What's up, brother? What I
What's
want to
going
know,
on, man?
I want to ask you this. I want to ask you a question, my brother.
Oh, okay. Let me
Was
turn
y'all-
this volume down for Kev. All right.
Was y'all did your neighborhood had the red bandana before Nasty Ed went to jail or after Nasty Ed got out?
You know, it had to be after because I'm going to say 74, 75, somewhere in there. That's when the red started, you know, the different colored bandanas and everything started coming into play.
And at that time, what did it mean when you put it in your back pocket?
I mean, for us in our neighborhood, it didn't mean you was a blood. It just meant you wasn't a Crip.
Bingo! You got A1 plus, brother. That's all that it meant, that you wasn't a Crip. But guess what? I almost lost my life when I put it in my back pocket. You know why? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Every time I put it in my back pocket and I went downtown Los Angeles, guess what the Crips thought I was?
What's that?
A Pyru every time.
Okay, because they
That's
kind
what
of...
it meant. In Compton, it meant Pyru only and nothing else. And every
Yep,
time I had
Hey,
it in my
Caesar,
back
your
pocket,
connection's bad.
Is it... Let me see. Is it better now?
Nah, it's black. We can't see nothing.
I see him. I can see him, Kel.
Oh, you now I see him.
I
Okay.
see everybody.
Okay, got it. Cool. All right.
Gotta sit in a certain position. I see it keeps going in and out.
Right.
So that's all it meant, my brother, is Pyru. Pyru. Matter of fact, it meant Pyru Street only, to be honest with you, because they was the one that brought it out. Now, check this out. This is where the cross come in at. When AC go to YTS and caught his case in 72, 73, that's when the red rag started coming out on Pyru Street. Late 73, early 74.
I can believe that because the Duke...
Go ahead. Oh, we lost Caesar.
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I was saying like when I was in LP, that was like 73, 74. I want to say right at the beginning of 74 maybe. And that's all them the Compton Crips and all them dudes talked about is how the Pyru was saying blood and the red rag thing. They made the distinction in Compton.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you where the problem's at, brother. It's because being that I know Winston, I know Curtis Ray, I know Catnip. I did time with all them brothers, man. You know, those some solid brothers, man. But the thing is, what the brother is upset about, and I knew from the day one, because I know the real history, and I don't care about no West Coast, East Coast, West Side, East Side. You can miss me with that. All them trolls who be talking about, yeah, you tripping because you from the East Side and you got a relationship with AC because Compton and Watts, Hub and the Dub. I do not care about that. That do not make me, and it ain't gonna break me. I care about the truth, and the truth is that the Brams are the original when it comes to claiming anti-Crip. They were there before Bounty Hunters and Pyru. I give them that 100%. They got that coming. They were there fighting, doing their thing before the Bounty Hunters and before the Pyrus even came out, you know. But on the other hand, the red bandana, the symbol of the LA Bloods, came from Pyru Street to Nickerson Garden, and we start saying Bloods with the Pyrus because they start hitting it on the walls and everything. At Dudo Bowden Alley is the first time I saw it hit on the wall, 1970, late 74, early 75. Yellow Ice, West Side Pyru. He's on the front cover right here. one of my number one road dogs is Yellow Ice, standing right here in the beige. That's Yellow Ice. Keith Duckins. That's Keith Duckins. He's the first one. He's the first one that said blood, and met it from a gang term.
I believe that. Hey, we had a real close relationship with all the Denver Lanes back in the day.
Oh, I went to Lock High with them. They was a piece of work. Peabody,
Mike, Will, the Beans,
the Kazik, Marvin Kazik.
Amen. Yeah.
The Kazik brothers, Speedy and Marvin. Yeah. Those the ones. Sir. Those the factors right there. The Kaziks. They was the one. Marvin had the rep. Marvin was like another LB. You know, you got LBs and everybody in the neighborhood.
Mike Berry. Yeah, all them cats, man.
Yeah, I went there with them. Peabody, he doing life for a double murder. He been gone since 1979. And guess what? The Bloods did have leaders. And guess who was the leader of the Bloods? Do you know that? That the Bloods had leaders?
Where? In the pen?
Exactly. In the pen. They had leaders. And guess who was the leader of the UBN? United Blood Nation.
That's something new.
Peabody, West Side Different Lane, started the UBN. He was the leader. He started that in the county jail 1982, 83. And guess who was the leader? And the leader of the Blood families started in Tracy. And that was Rooster from the Bottoms. Paru, Ross Snyder Park was Rooster. He started the Blood family. And then the Blood family caught a murder case in 83 on the Crip in Tracy. They rolled us all up, sent us to San Quentin prison in the hole. We was in the hole with the Blood lines. So the Blood lines wasn't deep as the Blood families. So when the Blood lines and the Blood family came together, Reno from 84 Swan, he hooked up with my homeboy, Dickie Bird from Bounty Hunters. And the Bloodline and the UBN, not the UBN, but the Blood family and the Bloodline emerged together in San Quentin prison. And Reno dropped the Blood family and took on the Bloodline. And in return, Dickie Bird gave him the leadership of the Bloodline. And he became second in command because there was more Blood families than there was Bloodlines. So you had about maybe 10 bloodlines and you had about 25 blood families. So Reno said, okay, we'll be called Bloodline, but I'm going to be the shot caller because these are my boys and my boys are 25 deep and your boys are 10 deep. So they became like 35 deep blood family. That's how the unity come because Dickie Bird had to take a back seat. And that sometimes see, real unity is this, my brother. This is why the white folks get along so well, because they know how to be presidents and vice presidents. You don't see the vice president trying to kill the president. See, you don't see the United States government army trying to overthrow the government. They don't have coups in the United States. See, that's why I'm afraid of a black nation, because there'll be a gang of coups because brothers don't know how to take their positions and play their positions. I know how to play my position because I'm a real soldier and a real warrior. I don't mind being second place, third place. You can't be number one all the time in life, brother. It don't work like that. And the only way you're going to be, when it comes to war, brother, when it comes to war and your life is on the line and you really see your life on the line, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. I ain't talking about no drive-by shooting. I ain't talking about no drive-by shooting. I'm talking about the real deal Holyfield, locked up in prison, and they got to be hand-to-hand combat. And guess what? You might not believe this. The number one man who calling shots, that's who everybody want to kill. That's the point man. He's the point man. You are the one that putting your life on the line because everybody know your head is a trophy. So if you want to be number one, guess what? Put yourself out there like that. And guess what? You might be number one in the graveyard,
Hey, I'm learning something.
I done seen it, brother. I've seen a lot in them joints, homie, and it's crazy. I done seen brothers step up to get down with the Serenos, talking about they want peace and all that. And when they get down to the office, the police unhandcuffed the Mexican and let him kill a Crip in front of all the security. Killed him. A Great Street got killed trying to make peace with the Serenos.
What the brothers do about
1985 in San Quentin Hole. This is what they do to us. The system is against us, brother. Trust me. They hate us with a passion. We make weapons out of anything. They get real knives from the street, from the police. Yes, they bring in real knives. When they come at you, they coming at you with a bone crusher from the street, brother. But when we get our knives, we have to make them out of what we can. You know, so I learned a lot about the system, brother, and the system is not for us at all. In prison and on the streets, they hate us with a passion. When you step in there, you're going to find out that you all by yourself, my brother, all again. First you were with a black gang, now you with a bunch of black people who you thought you once hate. But guess what? You're going to find out that that same brother that you were shooting at is going to be the same brother that you depending on to watch your back and watch his back. That's how life is.
So, hey, when you say that, that's like, if we can do it there, we can do it out in the real world as well.
Well, we did do it, brother. We did it during the Rodney King riot when the police was beating us down. Everybody came to my hood, and after the Rodney King riot, the Great Streets, the bounty hunters, hooked up every hood. Hoovers, everybody was with it, except, I hate to say this, but I heard the Swans and Inglewood family wasn't with it. That was in the 92 riot. I didn't see no Swans and family come to the hood. Nothing but I seen Power Rules, Athens Park, not too many West Sides. I didn't see no West Sides though. During the Watts Peace Treaty, it happened, brother. It was real, and just like the brother said. Kevin Mack just interviewed the brother saying that the PJs, Tony Bogart, I was there when he hosted. Yeah, I was there. It was a good thing. Even they had one at Ludus Park. They host one. All the Compton Crips was right there. Everybody got their rags tied up together. That right there will tell you something, my brother. That was something that God created. That man didn't do that. God was showing us something. And you won't tell you what God was showing us. And we still dropped the ball because it had to come from heaven above. And I'm going to tell you why I said it had to come from heaven above. Because, my brother, what we fail to realize, man, is that we have self-hate within ourselves. And the reason why we have this self-hate, because we've been taught that throughout the years. That's why we had jerry curls in our hair, because we didn't like our nappy hair. That's how come we still have people bleaching their skin, because they always think light skin is better than dark skin. So being that we come from that culture, brother, and once they took the Black Panthers away from us, we really was lost. Those was my heroes. Geronimo Pratt, I was in San Quentin with him, 1979. Solid. You know what I'm saying? I walked the line with that brother, and I learned a lot from him.
I'm looking at his book right now, Last Man Standing.
That's my boy, man. I had the privilege of him knowing my first name, and I know on first name basis. I hung out with him, and I was real proud of him when he got up out of that. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to Johnny Corcoran.
Yeah, I hung out with him too in the county jail when he came back down, right before he got released.
All right.
So I met him,
brother.
Top it up with him, very solid. He taught me a few things. Frog. So you talking about all this different things amongst black people. What do you say to the people that say you run to praise white Jesus?
Well, I would tell you this, my brother. See, what we have been tampered with so much by this system that we think that everything is black and white and nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Because the only reason why we say black power is because the Ku Klux Klan them was saying white power. The only reason why we were saying blood is because the Crips were saying cuz. For every action, there is a reaction. So black power didn't exist until they start saying white power. So what we have to understand is this, my brother. you know what I'm saying, that, hey, what I truly know for a fact, man, is that the self-hate that we have, brother, you know what I'm saying, well, let me explain it this way. I had to get back on track. Kev, ask me the question over again.
What would you say to the people that say you ran to white Jesus?
The white Jesus, my brother, is a myth, 100%. I did my research. When I did all that time in prison, I just did 16 years, and I've been out 10. And I'm going to tell you something about the myth. The myth is this. Number one, when you read the Bible, brother, you can't read the Bible with an American mind. If you have an American mind or a European mind, then therefore you might as well just go ahead and just believe in the white Christmas too and all that type of stuff. Once you become knowledgeable of self, then you start looking for yourself in the Word of God. Now, Jesus Christ, he was chased up out of Israel as a baby when he was first born. Christ was chased up out of there. Read it, brother. It tells you the children of Bethlehem. When Christ was born, the King Herod, wanted to kill Jesus before he even made it before he even grew up to a teenager. He wanted to kill him when he was first born. He told the wise man to come back and tell me where this Jesus is, because I am the original king. They fighting, and it's kind of familiar that he said he's the king because he don't want Jesus to be the king. He's kind of jealous all of a sudden because everybody's saying we got a new king that's born. Now you got the original king saying, but I'm the king. Who is this baby Jesus? So he sent soldiers to go kill baby Jesus. But guess what happened? The angels told Mary and Joseph this. I'm finna answer your question too, Kev. Here it come. Take the baby Jesus, because King Herod is sending soldiers to kill Jesus. So you must take him to Africa, Egypt, and hide Jesus at Egypt. And don't come back until King Herod is dead. Now, why did the angels tell Jesus' mother to take him to Egypt and hide? Who live in Egypt? I'll let you answer your own question. What people live in Egypt?
I don't know. Black people, Egyptians?
Black Egyptians, brother, live in Egypt. So how you gonna hide from the king of Israel in Egypt if you's a white man living among black people? How you gonna hide? Just think about that. How can you hide in Egypt? If God wants you to hide in Egypt from the police, if God tell you right now, go hide in Compton, go hide in Watts, because the police is looking for you. He ain't gonna tell you to go hide in Beverly Hills, because that's where the white folks live. He ain't gonna tell you to go hide in Malibu. That's where the white folks live. He gonna tell you go hide in the projects, go hide in Liso Village, Jordandale. So when Jesus heard that, brother, he was hiding from the people who was hating on him. And guess what?
What?
AC, you might gotta hide yourself, brother, because Elgin don't like you.
Hey, right now I'm thinking like it's
cold-blooded.
Hey, boy, you might try to hide, but he gonna find you, AC. He gonna look for you.
He ain't really looking hard. I ain't hard to find.
Hey, I don't like it, man, when brothers discredit each other with. Now I'm gonna tell you something, brother. If you discredit anybody with the truth, so be it. It's the truth. But fabrication, brother, that's not cool, man. That fabrication is a thing, brother, to where you can tell it's envy, jealousy, and it got to be some hatred there a little bit. Because I'm gonna tell you, brother, it's one thing that I do know for sure. Number two, don't never want to be number two unless he's content. And that's what we have to be about this, brother. You have to be content where you are at in this history. You can't be like.
That's like AC said in Arizona. Black people always going to be number one. They want to be number one all the time.
Exactly. Everybody want to be number one. Brother, the reason why black people kill each other, the Hoovers fight East Coast, bounty hunters against Pirus, and all this inner fighting, because everybody want to be number one. They want to be glamorized and hit the news as number one. I remember when the murder case happened on the brother who got stomped to death down in by the Harlems. You know where I was at? I was in Juvenile Hall, East Lake, when that happened. And the first time I seen it on the news, they said the Crips killed somebody. And don't you know the whole day room jumped up and was screaming and hollering, cover up and Crip this. They was happy, brother, that they was on the news killing another brother.
Oh, no.
They was happy, man. That was glorification to them. And see, that glorification, brother, I'm going to tell you about the glorification, brother. And I don't want to get too much into the Christian thing, brother. But when a man start glorifying himself or glorifying another man, brother, you might as well make him out of your God, brother, or you might as well become your own God, because that's what God is about, glorifying, brother. I don't glorify nobody but God, brother. I don't glorify myself. I don't glorify. Hey, check this out, brother. I shed too many tears behind this to be talking about I'm hard and I did this. I lost so many people, man, to where I done went to so many funerals. Only thing I know for sure is that it's self-destruction. That's all I know.
Can I interject something?
Yes.
Listen, man, anytime I be so proud to say I'm the beginning of something, I'm gonna have a history of how I participated and supported it. You understand what I'm saying? If I can't tell you anything that's and it's corroborated by members and a whole bunch of members that have the same type of memory back into those days, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Now check this out. This is what I want to ask you, AC. Did you ever know that the red bandana 1974 or 73 meant nothing but Paru?
Of course, man. But
before blood even came out. Before blood even came out, the red bandana meant Paru Street, brother.
Back in the day, man.
Did you know that?
Yeah, but I didn't take that from heart because I was wearing anything I wanted to wear back then, though. But yeah, a lot of people took pride in that. Yes, it did.
Yes, hey, Puddin' and Tab used to have red bandanas in 1974 and 75. Tab was my partner, man. That was my number one Paru was Tab. Man, it was super tight. He had a black Camaro. Did you know that?
Yeah.
AC keep falling off, man.
Hey,
yeah, I see that.
Hey, see, because AC went in 72 and he came home in 75. And that's the first time I seen AC was like 75 or 76. And during the time when he was gone, he didn't know this though, but my homeboys from Bounty Hunters was sending me pictures from the main kitchen. They all worked in the kitchen. I had pictures of Daryl Savage, Terry Moses. I had pictures of all them bloods. Nasty Ed could even been on there. They was all wearing white robes, brother, kitchen workers. And they had red flags everywhere. And I'm looking at these pictures and I'm going to Centennial at the time. So I already knew they were pushing the line, but I didn't know they were pushing blood though. I knew they were pushing some type of line under the Paru bandana because everybody was wearing red bandanas inside the kitchen. 1975, inside YTS, Hard Rock, Triple OG. He was there. He sent me the pictures. And when Little Vince came home in 1976, I showed Little Vince the pictures with him on it and all the Parus and the Bounty Hunters together. Man, Little Vince is real tight. That's my boy. How is Little Vince, man?
He's doing good, man.
You know his sister Renee was my girl.
Yes,
Renee Owens was my high school sweetheart, 1974, 1975.
Yeah, she's resting.
They live right next door to your cousin, Terry Carter.
That was my house too, right next door to me, period.
Yeah, I've been all up in there, man. I know Jackie, I know Rayford, I know all of them. I've been to their church right there in Compton about 3 years ago. I went to their church and kicked it with them. Yeah, they into the Lord, brother. They into Jesus. They pushing that Jesus line.
Hey, Frog.
Your credentials go without saying, my brother.
Beg your pardon?
You heard me?
Did you ever meet Raymond Washington, Frog?
I met Raymond one time when he tried to set up a meeting with Junior Thomas, and Junior Thomas did not show up. That was early 72 or late 71. Junior was a no-show.
All right.
Yeah, I felt disappointed, but then again, I know why Junior did it as I look at it now. The reason why Junior did it, because, man, Hey man, them East Side Crips was no joke, brother. They wasn't playing, man. And when I say no joke, I'm talking about the bald-headed East Side Crips. You know what I'm saying? Not the pretty boys, the bald-headed East Side Crips was no joke.
With the earrings hanging down, and the ace deuces. The earrings, ace deuces.
He said the bald heads.
Oh yeah, hey, I knew them all, man. I knew them. Even Ricky Silas. That was my partner, man. But he had a bald head too in '71. They were wearing bald heads when they first came out around me. That's all I seen was bald head Crips. I didn't know nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
And crosses in their ear.
Beg your pardon?
Hey, can y'all see
And crosses in their ears.
I don't
That's
see
right.
Caesar. Can y'all see Caesar?
Huh? I was saying they had the ball heads and the little earrings with the crosses on them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know all about that because I was one of them.
Hey, see, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you something though. Guess what? See, when I read AC, look at this right here. This your book right here, boy.
Uh-huh.
It cost me $45, boy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, but guess what?
I'm listening.
That's Raymond Washington book right there by his family.
Yeah. And the cool part about that book is
he gone again, huh?
Yeah.
Where AC at?
He gone again. What you like best about that book?
About this book? His family is telling me the truth.
Yeah.
I don't even care what people tell me on the streets. I don't even care what AC tell me. I take his word over. I take this over AC because it's his flesh and blood. His family tell the truth. And I love, see, because I'm going to tell you something, brother. It's something about your family that when they get to talking, it's something about that you tell them that your homeboys is too ashamed to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tell my brothers and my family things about me that I know my homeboys would never tell nobody about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's shameful, brother. A lot of things we did was shameful. And a lot of people ain't going to see. Confession, brother, is the key. Once a brother can start confessing, and when I mean confess, be real with yourself, man. See, this is therapy to me. I love it.
For a minute.
I love the therapy,
Let me jump in for a minute, and I want to piggyback on what Frog just said, and I was discussing this with somebody today. Is that you got a lot of brothers out here that feel like they should get paid for their stories or whatever. But if we really about the struggle and really about our people, it's great if we can make $1 or something off of our history or our story or whatever. But some of us done committed some heinous crimes or whatever. So the kind of things that we have done, it's nothing to glorify. And we all got a price to pay, for now. In doing what we're doing now, we're getting an opportunity to give something back. Maybe go back and try to save some people from doing what we did. So it's good when you can make $1 and everything, but the dollar shouldn't be the determining factor.
It's called redemption.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna get kind of political on that.
Hey,
Show you something. Go ahead, AC.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Go ahead.
Hey, what I want to say is this, man. I don't know what is the cause and why people want to distort our history, but I want to say one thing. I want to make it perfectly clear. When I was on the streets back in 71, 72, 73, 72 because at the end of 72 I got busted. When I was on the streets, man, I had no reason to worry about being no blood because I had my homeboys and all my bullets and all my artillery and everything to back me up. And I thought I was most monstrous, right? But now, when I was in jail with my back turned up against the wall, you understand what I'm saying? And I had to find a way to represent myself and be safe representing myself. I had to find others. You understand what I'm saying? In prison. You understand what I'm saying? I couldn't have done that by myself without the help of other people who had something in common with myself. You understand what I'm saying? And I was so glad to see Ray Boyce, Arthur Purtle, and Kenny Trash, and Michael Ford, and Lewis Lovely, and Oscar Oliver, and Isaiah Kegler, and all them cats in jail. And I found a way to get to them and reach out to them where we can strongly represent ourselves without being victims and victimizing ourselves trying to represent. You know what I'm saying? We had to come to a conclusion and something where we represent all of us and we all can feel safe saying that's what we were all at once without trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when we get deep in any type of issue, you know, it becomes our issue and we want to dominate everybody else. But when we become one person and under one umbrella, then we powerful. You understand what I'm saying? And then
that's right, brother.
And so therefore, man, instead of me saying I'm a Pyru, and you saying you're a bounty hunter, or he saying he a Brim, or he saying he from Athens Park, or he saying he from family, we all said we were Bloods, and that was more powerful than any personal gang you could be because we all.
He gone again.
Yeah.
Hey,
I wonder.
Let me tell you what the thing that picking up where he left off at. Check this out. My neighborhood, when the blood module started in the 80s, my neighborhood, the bounty hunters, used to be the deepest in the blood module. When I say the deepest, they have the whole top tier, Charlie Rowe, the whole tier, to nothing but bounty hunters. But then you might have Abel Rowe, Pyrus, and bishops or whatever. Then you have the Baker and all that. They be mixed up with the bottoms and maybe some families spread it out. But I'm going to tell you about that, though. When the neighborhood becomes a dominant force, they become thinking that they untouchable. My neighborhood grew up in the 80s acting just like Crips, like the Hoovers for real. They didn't care about nothing but bounty hunter. They didn't care about nothing but being number one. They challenged the Swans. They challenged the Pyrus. They challenged anybody who stood up against them, all because of the mentality of wanting to be number one. And even when I went to prison in Tracy, people was coming to Tracy still telling me that they was still beating up other Bloods and disciplining people and taking on doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And I'm going to tell you why, my brother. Is because number one, what we doing anyway is demonic, is evil. So there's nothing that's going to come out that's going to be what you can call righteous about it. So when you get a gang of evil people, demonic people living together, like El Capone, Lucky Luciano, John Dillinger, guess what? They killed each other off too. See, that's the history of gangsterism. People don't know that. Real, true gangsters don't like each other. Because they competition all the time with each other in the money world and in the capitalist world and any world they into, they going to kill gangsterism. Go ahead, my brother.
Finish. And then Frog hit him with that. Hit him with that.
Can I say something, please? If I fall off again?
Go ahead.
Yes, you did.
Hey, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. In order for me to be out there on the streets looking for other people's other entities to become Bloods, I must have been a coward and I was running already. You understand what I'm saying? That shit don't happen unless you're up under some type of immediate pressure, like you're in jail without your guns and without your people, and you're looking for people to support you. You understand what I'm saying? You don't do that on the streets when you're in your hood because you're safe in your hood. That's where your safeguards are, at your hood.
AC.
You understand what I'm saying? Nobody, and for no set, was looking to make no Bloods on the streets back in the day because you was too proud of who you were and where you were from back in the day. And no gang surpassed your gang. Your gang was the baddest motherfucking gang on the turf.
AC.
You understand what I'm saying? And we extended each other and we extended each other's hospitality to each other. And we was cordial with each other and we became allies with each other, but we never ever said that we were gonna be Bloods with each other. Because that means somebody would have to start that gang, the Blood gang out there on the street, and somebody had to be the leader of all of us. And none of us were playing that shit back in the day. Am I right or wrong? Correct me when I'm wrong.
You're right, brother. Yes, sir.
AC, guess what?
What's that?
The first thing I heard was Pyru here and Bounty Hunter here. I didn't hear nothing else. Pyru here, Bounty Hunter here. Because that's what I was hearing. I didn't hear nothing about no blood.
No Brim blood. These were no blood.
I already know that.
Everybody was proud of their gang. And then we were showing you how the Brim do it. The Brim was showing us how the Brim do it. The Body was showing us how the Body do it. Pyro was showing you how Pyro do it. Every hood showed you how they did it.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Hey,
but nobody at that time, we had your back, you had our back. But nobody was no Bloods.
Right.
Because at that time, everybody was too damn proud of their neighborhood.
It didn't
correct me when I'm wrong, brother. Correct me when I'm wrong.
Hey, the only reason why Nickerson Garden started wearing red rags is because I had the pictures of the Bonaroos, man. I had it in 1975. They was all wearing white robes in the kitchen with red rag. Daryl Savage, Kenny Trash, Mario Gray was my boy, man. I know the whole story. Matter of fact, I want to ask you a question, AC. AC.
Yeah.
Did Mario Gray and Mac Thomas, did they ever get into a fight?
AC dipped out again.
AC something else, man.
Hey, we need to tell him maybe to move to a different spot wherever he's sitting. That might be what's up.
AC gets so excited, he's probably hitting the off button.
Okay. Hey, Frog,
yeah.
Back to your point. Back at that time, probably 74, right around there. Hey, it might have been, I'ma say, at most, maybe 6 dudes from Inglewood family that was actually getting locked up for anything, that was going to jail for anything. So I can see how the Pyru were a lot deeper than us. The bounty hunters were a lot deeper than we were. Timber Lane was deeper. The Brims were deeper.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why you ain't see a lot of us, because it was like, hey, a handful of us.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, like I was saying, AC, I had the photographs of the Bonaroos, homie. Matter of fact, Cal Mack got a photo when they paroled in 76. Terry Moses is wearing red Converse, and Hard Rock got a red bandana on his head. Don't you got that picture? Did I send you the photo?
I'm not sure, but you probably sent.
I sent AC 10 photos. AC, did you get the pictures?
Yeah, I got them. But guess what, though, Frog? A lot of those pictures I got in my book, I got from you, bro.
I know it. I was telling Kev that. I just sent you 10 pictures. I just sent them to you. I sent you pictures of
like Ray Boyce and Coco?
Yeah, I got that. I gave you that. You came in the projects and got it from me.
I got all that shit from your ass.
Okay, now the ones I just sent about 2 weeks ago, you get that?
Yeah, I saw those.
Okay, so those are the ones with Terry Moses wearing red Converse and Hard Rock got a red bandana on his head. I'm standing with a radio in my hand. Neil Matthews got a leather coat on with a leather hat, and Coco is sitting there. No, that's 1970.
Neil was a quiet one.
Yes, but guess what? Whoa, and guess who else was quiet? Michael DeRoe, he's quiet.
Hell yeah, Blade?
Yeah, he's very quiet. He ain't got too much to say. They ain't got nothing to say.
Hey, about that business though.
They don't do no talking, partner.
Hey, when it comes to business, ain't nothing to talk about.
I know it. They don't do no talking. That's one thing they don't do. They don't talk. Hey,
when you talk, it's everybody else's business. When you don't talk, it's business.
Hey. But it's one thing I do like about them type of people. When they do open up their mouth, you can't help but listen to them. Because what they say is nothing but the truth. Because they ain't got too much to say unless it is the truth. That's how they get out. And the thing about it, they're not going to let everybody know because they only tell chosen few. AC.
AC's gone.
Hey, is Duro still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, I was in San Quentin. I was in San Quentin 1979 with Dirty Red. You know Dirty Red?
Yep.
That's my brother right there.
Hey, I talk to him on the phone pretty regular. He'll usually hit me about once or twice a week.
Yeah, I was there with Dirty Red, Bitter Dog Bruno. He was there. Weebo from Park Village. A gang of Big D from Long Beach Payback Crip. The Big D that started the Payback Crips. He rest in peace though. He was my cellmate, you know. But hey, I was in Quentin with Little Vince, Porky from Ludus Park, Stanley Pitts was in the hole, Johnny Blair was in the hole. Oh, San Quentin, brother. Hey, one thing I can say about them in San Quentin, brother. Hey, you got to bring it, man, to get it. It ain't. You got to check your AK-47s in that R&R. You can't carry no guns in there, partner. It's one thing I noticed, brother. What I do hate about gang banging is this. You got a lot of brothers that would shoot you from a distance, but they ain't got hard enough to get down with you toe to toe. And then when you go to prison, they ain't got hard enough to bring it to you face to face. And I realized for my safety, I realized that they not playing fair, man. It's no fair. There's no honor. There's no fairness. People start going in people's houses, killing people's mamas, killing people's nephews. I mean, as time went on, from the 70s to the 80s, I started seeing how demonic and how less we start hating each other, how more we start hating each other as black people. We start killing people mamas, killing people's sisters, killing people's brothers. We was doing that to each other before the Serenos started doing it. We were doing it to each other.
Hey, man, hate, brother. I remember the time I could see an enemy, and if you were with his mama, I wouldn't even fuck with him.
Exactly. Bingo. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, my brother. Out of respect for the black woman. It wasn't like that in the 80s, brother. The 80s showed me something totally different about gang banging. And I realized, brother, gang banging in the 80s, brothers shoot each other with AK-47s, going in each other's houses, killing each other. I realized, brother, that this is not my lifestyle, brother. And I had to get up out of that soon as I found a door to get up out of it. And the only way I got up out of it is going to prison. Going to prison saved me, brother. I got to tell you the truth. Because I know if I would have been on them streets all of the 80s, I would have caught some AK-47 shells in my behind. And I thank God for putting me in prison.
Hey, Frog, I had to cut you off so Caesar could get something in.
Do your thing, Caesar.
Yeah, when you talk about your prison experience, it's like, for me, I did like about 9.5 in the feds, but it was different in the feds. What happened in there is you got so many prisons spread out all over the country that everybody from LA, no matter what joint you go to, all the people from LA is down with the people from LA. Whereas everybody was able to get along in there and put the whole set trip to the side for the most part. To, you got dudes from Chicago, you got dudes from New York, and like back at the time I was in there, it was a big thing going on with the dudes from DC and the dudes from LA. The dudes from DC, they push a hard line. So in all the Fed joints, everybody from LA rolls together.
And I'm aware of that because I did time with a lot of federal brothers, and they tell me the same thing. Washington, D.C., blacks hate brothers from L.A. They don't like California. I got up on that a long time ago. I hear that they hate y'all with a passion, man, for real.
Hey, Frog, you might want to check your background.
Why you say that? What you doing? With my wife?
Yeah.
Okay. I have my wife creeping, getting some. She got the eggnog with the brandy, man. She creeping on the ice box.
Y'all get ready.
Got the eggnog and the brandy. Where would we? AC, what you got to say, my brother?
I was trying. As I was saying though, man, people take this shit lightly, like it's something to claim and be proud of. Like I started this and started that, but you can't say what you did and how you participated. And what was your purpose for starting this and starting that? You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that, man, because I'm not proud of this shit. I'm not glorifying nothing I did back in the past. If I had to do it all over again, I'd have been a doctor or a lawyer or something. I don't know what the fuck I'd have been, but I know one thing, I would have did what I did. But It is what it is, and I'm still proud of who I am and what I'm becoming because I became a better man and a better person because of it. And like I said, though, man, it's like when people start doing that other shit just for glorification, see, if I came on your show, Kim, Max, say, I'm King Bobalouie, the leader of the blood. I started the blood.
AC gone again.
AC does not know.
There he is.
Nah, he's gone.
Oh
Okay.
man. Hey, guess what though? The thing about it is this, my brother. You know, it's gonna always be strife, brother, no matter what. I see it every time within the community, out of the community. You know, hey, even when I read the word of God, even in the heavens, brother, they at war with each other. It's a spiritual warfare that we can't even see going on right now, brother. You know what I'm saying? Between God and Satan. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we down here, brother. You know, our thing, the most evilest thing that we can do on.
As I was saying, yeah, I come on your show saying I'm the leader of the blood, and I started the Bloods and all this kind of shit. I mean, come on, man, I need my ass whooped then. If I can't tell you why I did it, you understand? What was my purpose for starting the Blood? So I kill more black people? You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Why would I say I started some shit? And no, brother, on the streets. No, I wouldn't dare done that. I'm already in the game. What I want to start the Bloods for? I'm on the streets. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey,
I'm already in the gang. And my gang is in defensive mode because we already outnumbered. You understand what I'm saying? What I want to start the Bloods for? You understand what I'm saying? To be a menace to society? What did I start them for? Why am I proud of that shit? You understand what I'm saying? Hey, listen. The only reason why that shit happened in the first place because I was in jail and I was in jail for murder. And I had a lot of other homies that were defenseless too because they were outnumbered in jail. You know what I'm saying? And we had to reach out to each other and support each other and build a motherfucking wall. You know what I'm saying? So nobody could penetrate. It might have been a smaller wall than the wall that we was up against, but it was a hard wall. See, because you couldn't have gotten that wall if your substance wasn't hard. If you didn't have a heart, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't have joined that wall. You couldn't put silly putty on those cement. You understand what I'm saying? And we had a hard-ass solid wall. It might have been a short wall, but it was one of the motherfuckers like lead. It was like lead.
Hey, hold on 1 second, AC. Frog has something to say about Ray Boyce in the early 70s when you got cut off earlier.
Okay, well, I was trying to make my idea if I could cut off again.
Are you talking about during the time he was in prison or what?
Yeah.
On what subject was I speaking on?
You said something about Ray Boyce wasn't around or
oh, okay. All right. Hey, question. AC gone again.
AC gone. That motherfucker crazy. I want to, you know, he want everybody to answer questions. He needs to answer that one question. Let me get him.
Hey, what happened to Jimmy Lavender?
He's in the comment,
brother Jimmy.
He's in the comment section, but he's not responding to the request.
Hey.
Does he have it on his phone?
He sent me his email address. It should be on his phone.
There go AC
so
now.
The way he gets on is he would have to it just did it for me when you hit the hangout. When you hit that hangout button, it should be something that comes up that says Kev Mack invited you to the chat room, and you hit the blue button join, and it popped me right in.
All right. So go ahead, Frog.
Well, I want to verify this first. I didn't start doing time in prison until 1979, San Quentin. I was out all the 70s. I seen it all. From when my hood came out, from 71 to 79, I know all the history from 71 to 79. Now, when you want to get deep into the 80s and all that, I can't speak on the 80s. I can't speak on the 90s. But the 70s, anything pertaining to my neighborhood, I know it like I know the Bible. Ray Boyce went to YA in 71. He got out in 72 of December. He went back before January. He didn't even stay out. Matter of fact, he got out around November and he went back in December of 72. Now, when he went back in 72, he didn't get out until 2 years later, 74 of December. He was in YTS for 2 years.
Man, AC gets like 1 minute. 1 minute. And
yeah.
gone.
Hey, He's a 1-minute brother.
Yeah. Hey, Kev, man, why don't you do some moderating on the questions and stuff, like some of the ones you got in your what you call it on your feed and all of that.
Okay, I could do that.
Bring some of the people that's listening into the convo.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, for sure. We'll do that right now. Well, first they want to know why Elgin's not hanging out with us. Okay, now,
I take the fifth.
Come on, you guys, ask questions, man. They want some questions. Where the questions at?
I take the fifth.
The crowd done froze up on me. They not asking.
Hey, I see one. Hey, it's one on there that say, how did AC and Frog meet?
I met AC when he got out of YTS in 75. I don't think he remembered because I was hanging out at Dudo Bowling Alley with his homeboy Yellow Ice. And when I first saw him, he didn't even look like a gangbanger. He looked like a pimp. Wearing leather hats and gangster hats. We was G'd up in khakis, and AC came home dressing totally different. But he was with a cat named Lug. Lug from M Street was his road dog. So Yellow Ice is his homeboy, and Yellow Ice was my Centennial Piru homeboy at the 10. We hung out together. But on Piru Street, Tab was my boy, the original Piru, and Little Vince was next.
Hello?
Yeah, hey. It's also, they asked if have I met Frog in person?
Have you?
Not yet, but hey, you know, back in the day, we might have been in a different unit or something in juvenile hall or something, because what people got to understand is a lot of us from all the neighborhoods that wasn't Crips, we didn't even know each other because we was spread out all over the city, all over Compton, Inglewood. So a lot of us either met each other in jail or later on somewhere.
I was in Eastlake. The summer of '72, and I was in LP December '72.
Hey, Frog.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you and AC this question. When did you first see the blood sign, and where did it come from?
The original sign was the bounty hunter sign, stand for the B, and the P is down and the B is up. So the blood sign came from the B sign of the bounty hunters. That is the sign. That's the B sign for bounty hunter. 1973.
You agree with that, AC?
Yeah, Lil Vince and Tam came to visit me when I was in Norwalk, and they showed me the same thing. Okay. That's how I learned how to do the sign. Because I was using my thumb. I was just using my thumb then.
Gary Barker started the B sign.
So Frog got truth to that, because Tam and Lil Vince came to visit me when I was in Norwalk in YA, and they showed me the sign. Because if you read my book, I showed you I was doing my piece with my thumbs.
I had it when I first started messing with on Piru Street. I had a run-in with Puddin' and Tab. They thought I was a Crip. They caught me over there on Central and Rosecrans at the bus stop. I was on my way back to the hood. I was Renee Owens. I just left her house on Piru Street, and I walked down Pomalee all the way to Rosecrans, and I got on the bus station. The bus stop right there by the bank. It's a bank on the corner. And I was a bus stop right there. And I was just standing there with my bummer jacket on, my beanie cap, khakis and Levi's, whatever I had on, but I was G'd up. A car pulled up right next to me. I didn't know who they was. They were 4 deep. They looked at me. I was writing something on how I got their attention. I was writing on the bench. I put BH and I put Frog, Bounty Hunter Frog. And I turned around and it was a car full of teenagers in it. And they were staring at me. AC gone?
Yeah. Hey, Caesar.
Yeah.
How come Inglewood family never became Brims?
I mean, we didn't have no connection. We ain't had no connection to them.
Cam,
And
you ain't right, Cam. Why you asking
yeah,
that?
hey,
The whole West Side.
and it's like we came out
Oh,
of birth from the chain gang into the Inglewood family. So I think the chain gang might have been as old as the Brims. And another thing is that the chain gang, I think it spread down into what y'all hood, the 60 hood. I think the leaders or whatever of the chain gang that I heard about, I don't really know a lot of the history, but I always heard about Huey and Tank, and they came, I believe, from somewhere across Florence. So, that thing spread, but we never, really had contact with the Brims like that.
Right. Okay.
And also, I want to make this fact. In 1973, there was no such thing as Bloodstone villains. They was nothing but villains.
When did
I
Bellhaven
believe
Bounty
that.
Hunters come out?
Bounty Hunters came out in 71.
Bellhaven,
Oh, Bellhaven came out 78.
78.
Yeah, they wasn't Bloods neither. They didn't even say Bloods.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you that blood thing is pretty tricky. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it hit different neighborhoods at different times. Everybody didn't come Bloods at one time. It's like a tidal wave. It washed it over from the east, from Compton to the east to the west. You know what I'm saying? That just like the Crip thing, from the east to the west. Same thing with the blood thing. Ain't nothing different, man. You know what I'm saying? It started from this time, the east to the west again with the blood thing. You know, I think being that AC used to be a Crip, I think people have a complex on that.
I'm back.
AC.
Yeah.
AC.
Hey, man, go get you an old TV antenna and hold it in your hand.
AC.
Yeah.
I think
All you need is a metal hanger.
Hey, well,
Straighten that one end out.
Michael Conception still teasing me today about me riding around in my car with a record player.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Yeah.
Michael Conception is a real one, man. He's a real one.
That nigga tell me, every time he see me, remember that low rider you had AC with that record player in it? Fuck you, man.
Hey.
Hey, you guys,
Hey.
when do you guys remember Athens Park becoming Bloods?
Athens Park, I know Athens Park been around longer than anybody, just about.
Yeah, they before Bounty Hunters.
But what about
Athens Park was a long time ago. I was a little kid.
But when
I tell you this for a fact. Hey, the Athens Park boys that I knew, they wasn't Bloods, man. They started claiming Bloods when they became Miller Gangsters.
Okay, MGB.
That's right.
Athens Park was Athens Park boys. They always
That's
have
right.
been Park
They
boys.
became. I know they whole set, homie. They became Bloods when they started claiming Miller Gangsters in the 80s.
Yeah, you need to go in the light, AC. We can't see you in the dark.
You can't see me now?
No, we can see outside though.
I'm trying to be, because it's getting dark out here now.
Yeah.
I'm going inside the house.
When AC was in juvenile, AC was in Los Padrinos, and I was there December of 72 all the way to March of 73. I think around that time, I just missed him. I was in unit K&J, Big Buster from East Coast with my road dog, Ronald Shelton. Got love for that boy. Big Buster, he doing life. Him and Speedy from Backstreet, Crip. They are road dogs.
Speedy got out, homie. Speedy's out.
What? Speedy out?
Yeah, Speedy just
I didn't
got
know
out
that.
recently.
I thought he had because he been gone since the 80s.
Yeah, he was a lifer, but he just got out.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. I would like to holler at Speedy, man. Speedy's a real one. I was in the county jail with him and Tony Stacy the summer of 82 when there was no blood module, no Crip module. All the Crips back then, they didn't want nobody, but they wanted the 8-9 families because Bone from Great Street had just got killed. And all the Crips was focusing on the 8-9 families and the Swans. back in the 80s. They wanted to kill them inside the jailhouse. So Buster and Speedy, they were kind of like, they wasn't really participating to the point of trying to kill nobody, but they would whoop that ass though. Especially Big Buster. Big Buster was a piece of work, man. He holding about some 20s, 22s. Man, that dude got some arms on him, man.
Hey, Little Caesar, have you spoken to Jan Brewer this weekend?
Nah, not this weekend, but I'll probably give him a call tomorrow or maybe even later on tonight. What's up?
No, just people always asking about Jan Brewer.
Yeah. He's working and everything now, so a lot of times he doesn't always pick up right away. So I'll probably hit him later. I try to at least hit him once a week.
Okay, AC is not on. Somebody want me to ask AC a question. AC is not on right now.
Hey, I want to tell Little Caesar this. When I was going to Lock in 1975, because I was going back and forth from Centennial and Lock, all the Crips up there used to say that, say, cuz, them Inglewood families, they came up shooting us up at Cinderella Park. Man, them Inglewood families, they come through busting. Every time we go up to Cinderella Park with Big Took, the Inglewood families come through shooting up the place. That have a lot of truth to it, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of the truth because, hey, that park used to be so deep with Crips. It was like, man, you go up there from one end of the park to the other end of the park. So, hey, the only way we could make our presence known was to just roll up through there and catch the dude slipping. Hey, whoever was on the edge of the park or something like that, you might catch the blues.
So let me ask you this question. Did y'all ever have a rumble? Did y'all ever get into rumbles?
We had one of the first little incidents we had was we got in a little a scuffle and everything up there, but at the end of the scuffle a gun came out and one of the Crips up in the park got shot. So that was kind of how we had to get down right for ours at that time. And truth be told, we was gunslingers. I mean, ain't no lying about it or nothing like that. Basically, gunslingers.
Caesar, before the 8-Tray Gangsters in the Rolling 60s, were you guys fighting IVC and Watergate, or was Crip just Crip to y'all?
Crip was just Crip to us. It was like, we was anywhere and everywhere. We used to have a little term, man, that we use. I know one of the older homeboys, he'd always say, let's go Crip hunting. And that would just be riding through neighborhoods that we knew where we knew it was Crips at and roll up on some cats and just start busting on them. So, yeah, we were probably instrumental in starting a lot of the gunplay and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm gonna ask both you guys the same question. I'm gonna ask Caesar first. When's the first time you heard of Blackstones in LA?
For me, it was in the early 70s. And when I heard of Blackstones, I heard of Blackstone Brims.
What about you, Frog?
I believe I was, I don't think it was in jail. Matter of fact, it had to be in jail. I was, it had to be like 78. I was in the county jail, and this older cat was from the jungles. And I asked him what was over there, and he said it was anti-Crips. And what kind of anti-Crips? And he said something about the Blackstones, and I was tripping off of it because I never heard of them before, So that was in jail, 78.
78?
Yeah, in jail.
Okay, all right.
For me, it was early 70s.
Right. But like you said, you heard them associated with the Brims.
Exactly.
Right, and Black P Stones and Blackstone Brims, and that's like you had the Van Brims, Blackstone Brims, LA Brims.
Right.
Now I heard of the Brims. I had heard of the Brims before the Bounty Hunters even came out, or around the time the Bounty Hunters came out, because my homeboys tried to hook up with them, probably like in let me see, what's that? That probably about like 72. But Ray Boyce wasn't out though when that happened. He wasn't nowhere out. That's the only question I want to ask. What's the brother name? Elgin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Frog, you remember KGFJ used to
Yes.
kind of had a little like whenever something went down, they would have it on the radio, like the Pyru and the Crips had a shootout at Centennial, or this and that back in the day. That's how we heard a lot of the news and stuff, what was going on.
Hey, you know what? It's kind of funny that you mentioned that. You want me to tell you something? Out of all the gangs that was anti-Crip, that's the only anti-Crip gang. That was the first anti-Crip gang that I heard that was battling against the Crips on news, was the Pyrus. That hit the news. I'm talking about the TV news, not the news on the streets, but the white man news. 1973. 1973, on the news, they said the Pyrus and Crips was at war with each other on national news in 1973. And that blew my mind, man. It really did. I was 15 at the time.
White News gave me a good chuckle. Frog, they want to know, have you ever had a fight, hand-to-hand combat with Too Pretty Kenny?
No, never. Never. Too Pretty Kenny, I'm going to tell you, I love Too Pretty Kenny. Too Pretty Kenny, he's the type of guy, man, that I can hang with 24/7 because I'm a very humorous person, man. I love humor, man. And a brother like that, I knew his homeboy Lala. Lala was the man. He's the one that could throw them dogs. He put hands on a couple of Pyrus before, they told me about him, but I knew him personally. Too Pretty Kenny, I told him how I found out who he was. You want to know how I knew Too Pretty Kenny was?
Yeah, tell me.
Being that I was considered as Bounty Hunter Frog, I used to have a little thing behind the Bounty Hunter thing. I think when you claim something, you should live by it. I think when you put a title on yourself, you should live by your title. Now, like AC, he called himself King Bobalouie, Little Caesar. You have people that got these certain names that when you call yourself certain things, you're supposed to have some type of characteristic with that name. So being that I was considered as Bounty Hunter Frog, my whole thing was, man, I investigate people before I do anything. I don't just do nothing to innocent people, brother. That ain't my thing. I never did a drive-by in my life, brother. You know what I'm saying? And the people from Watts and the people from Compton know that. I never did a drive-by on nobody, brother. Everybody that I got with, guarantee you, I talk to them before I do something. Because I'm going to tell you something about that, brother. This is very personal to me. When it becomes personal, I make it personally to deliver personally. So if something is personal, brother, and you take it personal, you have to deliver it personal. You don't take it out on nobody's family member. You don't take it on nobody's sister. So only way you're going to deliver something personal, you have to investigate that person. In other words, you have to know what hood he's from, what's his name, what school he go to, where he hang out at. They was trying to get AC like that because they took it personal. Everything is personal with some people, And when you do things personal, brother, you take it personal.
Yeah, they wanted AC. They definitely wanted AC. Head honcho was telling me. 2 more questions, Frog. Try to keep them short. Somebody want to know if you knew Harry O and was he from Bounty Hunter?
Whoa. Hey, check this out, my brother. The real is the real, man. I just been out of prison now for 10 years. And before I came home, I ran into Harry O on the A-yard in Lancaster 4. And I asked him, I say, my brother, I want to know a question. How did you become a bounty hunter and who hooked you up as bounty hunter? And he told me my little homeboy from Bellhaven named Junebug is his road dog. Now, if you watch all the pictures of Junebug and Harry-O together, you would see, even on the pictures, you would see a guy standing next to him, real short, wearing a black hat, black leather coat, like a gangster. That's Junebug from Bellhaven Deuce Line Bounty Hunters. Harry-O is just like Suge Knight, my brother. They take opportunities to never gangbang, but they put a dope sack in your hand, and then while you selling their cocaine from them, for them, they would call themselves your neighborhood. That's called manipulation, brother. They capitalizing off the gang members to sell their drugs, and then they become the leader of the gang because of their money status. So Harry-O and Suge Knight have one thing in common. They're not real, brother. They're users. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. They're not day one. They're not day two. They're nothing but drug dealers or ex-drug dealers that used to use gang members the same way the cartel used gang members. They did it. They doing the same way the cartel do it, brother. They will use you, and that's it. I leave it like that.
Okay, Lil Caesar. Somebody want to know how you feel about Denver Lane and Inglewood having a conflict.
Man, that hurt me to my heart because we go back to like the early 70s, and it's like for two neighborhoods, two strong non-Crip neighborhoods that got a history of over 40-something years to let something that, to me, I don't even know the particulars of how it all started, but a little bit, I think it started as a fight or, you know, something like that. And it's like, you got a couple individuals, you know, that get in their feelings or whatever. And, you know, people that they start killing each other, and it destroys an alliance that's much bigger, much older, and much stronger than a couple individuals, because they couldn't work through this thing, you know, some conflict resolution skills to work through this and look at the bigger picture. So, you know, that hurt me to my heart because I know all the G's from Denver Lane and stuff like that, and all of us was tight. I know Frog and AC probably remember this, but all them dudes from Denver Lane used to remember they used to low ride Volkswagens up in Lock and all that. All the Denver Lanes had them fixed up, laid out Volkswagens.
Marvin Kazik, brother. Marvin Kazik was the man.
Yep. Ronald Dennis, and I forget what his brother, Will, all them dudes had bugs.
Hey, at Lock High, the Crips used to hear Marvin's name and be scared to death. He coming up in Lock in that Volkswagen. He had a yellow Volkswagen, and he used to be coming down 111 in Avalon, and then, man, they be scattering. I never even met Marvin. I know his brother Speedy Kazik personally. Speedy,
I wish I would be scared of a Volkswagen coming after me.
Nigga, you know you scared of bugs, nigga.
Hey, on 520s. On 520s.
But the bugs coming at me, I'm running. I ain't trying to catch no fleas, nigga.
Hey, Marvin was no joke, brother.
Catch that bug.
Hey, Marvin was no joke, brother. Oh, Marvin was a piece of work, man.
Hey, but you know them dudes used to take them 911 Porsche engines and they fit right into them bugs.
Yeah, I do know that.
Them motherfuckers used to flip over too.
Hey,
make a left turn, that motherfucker be like a bowling ball.
Say, AC.
Yeah.
Did you know that Peabody, you knew Richard Cooper?
Yeah, no, that's one of my students.
Okay, he was the first leader of the Bloods.
Okay.
The UPN, the United Blood Nation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he started that in the county jail, 1983.
Him in Smallwood.
Yeah, they started that in the county jail, man, 1983.
Yeah, ask me if Smallwood did that.
Yeah, and Rooster. Did you know Rooster from Rock Snyder Park?
BL.
Yes, but they were before they were BL, they were Blood Family in Tracy. Then when they went to Quentin, when they went to San Quentin, they became Bloodline.
You know why they did that, right?
I was there.
Yeah, you know why they did this. Same reason why we did it in YTS.
That's right. I was there.
Because a lot of people wasn't claiming their shit.
I was there. Catnip was there. Catnip was there. Winston from Brim was there. Let me name all the Brim. Catnip, Winston, who else was there from Brim? You had some Blackstone, you had some Peace Stones there too. But I'm just naming the OG ones. Oh, Kenny Trash, he was there. Hard Rock was there. Hey, we was about 50 deep, man, when they started that. And that came out around about like 81 or 80. Rooster.
I come in the light, but they can see me. They can't see me now.
We see you right there.
We see you, AC.
Outside now. I'm hollering in the house.
Hey, where that girl that you was with last night?
Yeah, but she wrong. She there.
I'm just
somebody called me, man. I ain't gonna answer that call.
Hey,
so we got
AC.
Yes, sir.
Hey, did she cook breakfast this morning?
Ooh. No, I went out. I bought food.
What? You must not have been on your job then.
Right.
Hey, he must not have been on his job. He had to go buy breakfast.
Yeah. You know why? I talked to y'all long enough, even when I wasn't talking to y'all, pretend like I was still on the phone. hey, till I go to sleep, goddammit. I had a headache. Hey, you know what? Yeah. You lucky to get two of them out of me.
Hey, check this out, man. You see this book right here?
Yeah.
You know who this is? Who's that, AC? Who's that, AC? Okay, check this out. On page 162. Yeah. He made a statement about Tab when he got killed. Is AC gone?
Yeah. I'm right here.
AC. On page 162. I'm gonna read it real quick. I'm gonna read it. It said, Godfather told me that Tab, one of the most respectable Paru, has been murdered. May he rest in peace. It was time to be extra guard because Putin, one of the most lethal Parus, and his crew would now be on the warpath. And in a uprise attack, the apartments Godfather managed being firebombed in front of us, along with a constant drive-by. Do you remember that? You was in prison, right?
Yeah.
You was in prison when Tab got killed, right?
When Tab got killed? I watched it, yeah. Because Alvin Transvest one told me. Alvin Transvest the one came and told me that's what happened.
Guess what? I went to jail behind that.
What happened to Tab?
I went to jail behind that. The next day, me, Yellow Ice. You know Kevin Duncan, right?
Yeah, too.
You know Frank Padaway. Frank Padaway, 137.
Yeah, Frank Padaway.
Bobby Frazier, 134th.
Ricky.
What you doing?
Hey, C, why don't you turn your headlights on in your car and stand in front of your car, man?
I people.
Okay, that's better.
Hey, I got my grandkids here now.
Okay, that's better.
Hey, C.
Oh, my girl.
Go ahead,
and my daughter.
What I was trying to let AC know on this book right here, so much drama was going down in that period of time to where Big Took he was getting events.
Hey, y'all stop.
He was getting events mixed up with the Pyru and the bounty hunter thing. Because I went to jail twice. I went to jail behind Tab getting murdered, and I went to jail behind the Sherry Caprice getting firebombed. Do you know what you do know what the Sherry Caprice are, right?
18th and Central.
Yes, I went to jail. My crew did time behind that because when Tab got killed, we got into it with the Carver Park the same week, and the homeboys, we all went to jail behind throwing cocktails over there. But Tookie thought it was you and your crew that did that.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's in his book.
He said something about me?
He said the Pyru blew up the Sherry Caprice, but it was me and my crew. We got convicted. I got convicted on that.
Okay.
1975.
Yeah.
The Sherry Caprice got firebombed.
AC,
yeah.
Let me ask you a question, AC. People want to know if an East Side Crip in 1971, such as yourself, was hanging in the jungle on the West Side.
No, never.
Never.
No, not then. No.
Why not, AC? Tell them why. Tell them why. Let them know how dumb that question was and why I shouldn't even ask it.
I didn't even know of the existence of the jungle then.
All right. Thank you, brother. Now, y'all, the comment section, y'all questions shut down for the rest of this evening.
Yeah. So, well, everybody, I'm berated by my grandkids, and I cannot. I'm trying. Hi, baby. That's my baby right there. See. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Dominique.
Hi.
Go ahead, IC.
Hey, little girlies.
Bring him.
Wait a minute. We can't be showing off the grands. Hold up.
Come here.
He got a little baby now. Everybody get their baby. Say hi.
Frog still making babies.
Still making it.
Hey, all girls, man. Ain't no girls in here, man.
Hey, come here.
Say hi.
Come here, Juice.
That's cute, man.
Wave at them.
Lydia.
Yeah.
Come on. Get on camera with the rest of the people.
Come on, baby.
I got mine too.
Come on, baby.
Hey, Lydia. See all the girls.
She ain't got that no clothes on, don't she? Got some drawers on.
Hey, this is what we do now. We hang out with the grandkids. Hey, living right here. Say hey, AC. AC.
Hey, girl.
Say hey, Frog.
Hey, Frog.
Oh, boy.
Come on, little
Everybody
girl.
want to call me and say they know I'm using my phone for the radio. That's why they call me. They know I'm using my phone. I don't know why they calling me.
Put the hair back down.
This is a bad time for it. I can't get my interview on.
Back, mama, down.
It's cold out there, little Caesar.
Yeah, man, it's starting to get cold out here.
Yeah, I'm about to get on the plane again and go back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, what you doing in Philly, AC?
So we're recording.
Okay. Sing Cam Mac videos real quick.
Cam Mac video is the show.
Hey, I like that shirt right there.
Huh?
I like that blue shirt over here with Frog's kid.
Oh, why? Because it's blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to need that fade on me. Everybody said about the tilting I'm wearing.
You a lie. I told you I like it when it was just me and you on.
Oh, why can't say it now, though?
Too many people listening.
Hey, Hey, the real high when everybody listen up. Hey, I can imagine somebody else telling the real right now. Hey man, shit. I don't know why. I ain't gonna tell niggas I really didn't start the Bloods because I already told them I did.
You cold piece. Well, I got both of them.
Yeah, my girl and my boy, man. I got a boy and a girl, man. Blue and pink.
What's up, baby? What's up, little man? What up, little man?
He think he think he's a lion. He's Simba.
Yeah. What's going on with y'all, man?
Hey, where your boy Eldrin at, man? We waiting. What's up?
He ain't gonna come on this line. That boy ain't gonna touch this line right now.
I thought we were gonna have a powwow.
Hey man, hey, as mad as he was last night, I know he couldn't wait for the day to happen.
Hey, I think he's very upset at you, brother.
Hey, he was hot as fish grease last night, boy. If I was in front of him, he probably ate me up like I was a steak.
Man.
He was hot last night for some reason or another.
I know why. I just explained to him already. You didn't hit. You was gone. You was missing in action.
I understand that one. Now that we all here,
guess what, brother? Hey,
close that door for me, and I'll call you when I'm finished.
Hello?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll be finished in a little bit, okay? All right.
You go ahead and take it.
Hey,
upstairs.
Hey, how can you be a founder of anything if you can't come to the meetings?
Hey, AC. AC. Do you want to know the truth?
Yes.
It ain't even about that, brother. Hey, check this out. How can you be the founder of the Bloods when you used to be a Crip?
That's me.
That's what they don't like. They don't like that. AC, they do not like that.
Nah. Let me answer that question though. When I was a Crip, there was no Bloods gangs.
Exactly.
Even when I started out with the Blood gang, the Power Rules, there was no Blood gang.
Hey, you want to hear the truth?
That's the answer to all of that.
Guess what?
What's that?
AC, they got a lot of people, brother. They got a lot of people that, let me put it this way to you. They smile in your face, all along they want to take your place.
Faces.
Hey,
I'm already into that, man. I believe that. Hey, that's
they smile in your face, all along they want to take your place. Them backstabbers.
Hey, wait. That's the main reason why I would not get on the shows and condone nobody else. Yeah, they talking, man, we get paid for that. The money at. I said, well, y'all go get y'all money. I don't want the money. That's dirty money. Yeah, that's that money to last long.
Hey, guess what?
What's that?
Ray Boys, and Tavi. They might can whoop Junior Thomas, but that still don't make them the leader of bounty hunters.
I understand that.
Yeah, they can whoop Junior Thomas. They can whoop Junior Thomas, and their reputation is bigger than Junior Thomas. But they still don't. That still don't make them the leader of bounty hunters.
Hey, that's what the business is. See, like people like older than you, and like I told you, man, a lot of people older than you, and you can't. But you can't stop you from minding your situation. All right, because it ain't your strength that make mine; it's the mind that make the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
Take the phone from your ear, AC.
Hey, let me jump in here for a minute, Kev. It's like I see a bunch of comments on here about Elgin and Elgin's running scared, and you know, this, that, and the other thing. But the real thing, it ain't, you know, I don't want us to get in no big thing, you know, about, you know, we don't like or we don't like this or we don't like that. We just coming with our truth, our facts. Frog got his truth, his facts. AC got his truth, his facts. I got my truth and my facts. If he want to come on and bring his truth and his facts, then let the people be the judge. You know, let's see how this thing goes. But it's more. You got more of us in line with each other saying the same things than you have not saying the same thing. And we all dudes that were in the trenches and stuff like that. You know, real gang bangers. Not gang members, gang bangers.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I want Elgin to know, I want the whole listening audience to know, I'm not going against Elgin. Elgin's the homie. He a G homeboy for real. He's a real reputable homeboy for real. I'm not taking nothing from that man. I'm not bigger than that shit. Yes, that's it. Elgin is a real Godfather Brim, dude.
Still on the conference.
I want y'all to understand that.
Couldn't have it.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us say things sometimes and we get excited and say certain things. But he's not a bad dude. Elgin is a real strong part of our history, dude.
Amen.
He really is. I met into another reputable Brim that looked up to Elgin, and that was Big Country. So to tell you, Elgin had to be somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. No matter what he said about me, he belittled my name if he does that. And I'm not going to say he will, I won't. But I'm just saying, no matter what he says about me, it's not going to change the way I feel about him because I know who he was.
So Big Country looked up to Elgin. Elgin, Big Country looked up to Elgin.
Yeah, he introduced me to Elgin like the big homie.
Okay, and
so I'm
go ahead.
I'm not trying to discredit Elgin for none of that, but I'm just saying certain statements made about, you know, I know he's proud, man, because he started a strong ass energy. It wasn't no joke, not no part of a joke. As a factor, man, a strong factor and instrumental in all that shit. So that from him, I'm just talking about how we was pressured into becoming Bloods. We didn't have that pressure on the streets. We had that pressure in prisons, man, in jail. We had the pressure to ourselves because we couldn't go nowhere. He had discipline coming towards us when he got back to the base station. So if he didn't, I'm talking about. Caesar know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You don't go. You can't say. And those who
Cam.
Yeah.
You see that picture right there?
Yeah, I see it.
AC.
Yeah.
You see that picture right there? Yeah. Who's that?
Hey, LB a little bit. And both of them to get about 250 pounds.
And what LB got in his hand? What he got in his hand?
That's flat.
That's a red bandana. What color Pendleton is Little Vince wearing?
Like right now.
What color is Little Vince Pendleton?
What year?
So I said that's 74.
74.
Okay. That's the red bandana, and that's the red Pendleton. Little Vince and LB.
And YTS 1974.
That's those the first Bloods right there, man.
YTS 1974.
The red bandana and the red Pendleton. Those the first Bloods right there.
Venture.
That's them right there.
Hey, Caesar, show your picture.
Yeah.
1975.
Which picture?
With the red rags or the red Pendletons.
Probably somewhere around 75. I'm looking for a picture. I had pulled one out earlier I don't know where I put it.
So within a year or less, it caught on the Inglewood family.
Right around I'm gonna say 74.
Okay.
Right around 74.
Okay, all right. Less than a year.
Hey, I want to ask a question to AC.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that a lot of originals think that Power Rules used to be Crips?
Because I'm the only one there that was a Crip. And I started a truce with them so we wouldn't fight, because a lot of my childhood niggas I grew up with early in elementary school and shit like that, I couldn't see myself fighting against them. Even though they broke Ralph's nose with a hammer.
So AC, what about Bodacious? Didn't Bodacious claim Pyro Crip?
That was when he was hanging out at Mona Park because he had a girlfriend over there. Him and Sakai did that shit, but they didn't mean it.
I was just about to say, you said it. I think I read it in your book.
Him and Sakai did that because they was hanging out at Mona Park.
Okay.
And their girlfriend stayed over there.
Okay, so that would be a good reason for people to think there was Pyro Crip.
I wrote that in the book. I wrote that in the book.
That's what I said. I thought it was in your book or your manuscript.
Yeah, I wrote it in the book.
All right.
The only people that did that was Bodacious and Sakai, because they're at Mona Park.
Hey, AC.
Yeah.
You want to hear this? You want to hear this 1972 song?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I used to be a Crip, but now I'm Pyru.
That's what my girl say right now.
That's what Keith said earlier from Carson Pyru.
Hey, boy, I wish I could get y'all to call his number right quick, and I have her at the phone, and I'm going to have to sing her Roses are red. So anything what you just said right now. I promise to God. She don't even hear us talking right now, right? But if I can get somebody to dial a three-way number right now, matter of fact, let me get my other phone.
Okay.
Let me get my other phone. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say, Janice, hey.
There you go again.
Yeah, he disappeared trying to call somebody.
Hey, but the first time I met the Pyrus, though, I met them through the Carver Park Crips, 1971. And they didn't introduce them as Crips. They introduced them as Pyrus, the Pyru boys. That's how the Carver Park introduced some Pyrus to us. So they never was Crips. Because I did see something at Lock High in 74. They did have it on the wall. It said Pyru Crip at Lock High. And I was wondering where that came from. But then, I'm going to tell you something about rumors, man. Once they get started, brother, it goes like a wildfire, brother. Right. For real.
But the question that you asked, I mean, I try to make light of it. There's three well-known dudes that's claiming it, whether it's because they had a girlfriend in Mona Park or not. They saying it. So, of course, other people that probably wasn't in the mix like y'all is going to take it and run with it.
Okay. Hey, but guess what, though? I look at it like this, my brother. Like I said before, Kevin, everybody don't have the same heart, brother. When you're on the streets, brother, it's easy to be a gang member on the streets. But when you locked up in them state prison, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's when your real manhood come out right then. Because a lot of brothers that I'm talking about, solid brothers on the streets, you'd be surprised, brother, how they change up once they get in them jailhouses.
Yeah, well, I won't be surprised because I've been in there.
Okay, now you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about reputables.
Right.
Yes, for real. I'm talking about the ones that were shooting the guns and doing all the cowboys activities. Those the main ones sometimes that would lock up, brother.
Well, guess what? Let me see. Well, the difference from your era and my era, in your era, they locked up. In my era, they tell on somebody.
Oh, hey, guess what? Ain't nothing different. It's the same thing. Just the only thing different is people just don't speak on everything. Right. So sometimes I believe this, brother. sometimes, my brother, as much
Hey, y'all.
as much as I hate to say this, the truth really do hurts, my brother. It does.
Hey, can I say this right quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna call this young lady right quick. I'm gonna sing a song for you, but the Frog just said. Y'all gonna trip out this shit. Y'all just said this shit too. Watch it. Let me just see.
Hey,
One,
Kev,
four,
Yeah.
2, 4. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a
I'm
minute.
reading one of your.
0, 0. Wait a minute, please. 1, 0, 7, 0. Get the answer phone. Wait a minute.
He like that.
That was pretty good, Frog.
AC
I
got
know
all.
it. I was there, brother.
Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear?
Yeah.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, y'all.
Hello?
Lollipop. Hey, listen, you're on the radio right now, right?
Who?
You're on the radio show. Listen, I want you to sing your Wild Bunch song when you say Roses Are Red. Sing it.
What you say? Roses are red, violets are blue. Dead Cripple and Mary Pyro.
You heard that, didn't y'all?
Yeah.
There it is
You
there.
heard that?
From the horse's mouth.
All right,
Teach you
I'll
real
tell you
good,
that.
huh? Say,
Yeah,
AC.
y'all heard that, didn't y'all?
Yeah.
All right, bye, baby.
Hey,
AC.
hey, Kev.
Yeah.
Kev, there's somebody on your thing. It said I met T. Rogers, and oddly, I said T was trying to unite the Crips. I don't think I ever said it like that. I said when I met T. Rogers, he was instrumental in the ASD, that long table thing,
Correct.
where you had Crips and non-Crips and all of that, but I don't remember ever saying that T. Rogers was trying to unite the Crips. I don't think I said that on this forum, so they may have misunderstood what I said.
Caesar, I'm getting used to it. They misunderstand everything everybody say. Some of
And one
them.
thing about it, man, I'm so glad there's enough of us alive to keep this truth going, man, because, man, if you don't, it'd be a bunch of confusion. Now, see, somebody should be on this damn phone account.
See, he left again. But yeah, see, they misconstrue some things that we say and twist it to what they want to hear. But
I'm glad you brought that subject up, Cam. I'm glad you brought that up because I want to clarify one thing. I made a statement over the comment station saying that me and the homeboy was laughing at the statement that Blade made.
Right.
Now, what you have to understand is this. We were not laughing at Blade, Michael DeRoe. We were laughing at the fact when he said that Tony Barker started the bounty hunters. What you don't understand is this. Those who don't know the history, Gary Barker and Joe Barker are the reputable ones. Tony Barker is not so reputable. So we was laughing at Tony Barker being called the founder of the bounty hunters because it was funny for the simple fact because we know that he's not up there like his brothers. And that was funny. It had nothing to do with Michael DeRoe. I love Mike. Mike is my boy. But at the same time, Carver Park came out in 1971 and not 1973.
okay. I just got a message from Tony Stacy. They will contact me tomorrow about going live. And got a message from AC saying invite him back again. And everybody else going non-responsive.
Hey, let me, I see one on here say, tell us something about Petey Wheatstraw.
Okay.
Okay, Petey Wheat is probably, that's my big homeboy. Petey
Back
Wheat,
online.
he would have been 60, I think, either 64 or 65 a couple days ago. So big homeboy is one of the actual founders of Inglewood family. So Petey Wheat is a reputable day one original Inglewood family. But one thing I will say about Petey Wheat is that Petey Wheat tried to hold his family down, and he was a family man in terms of, you know, trying to raise his kids, and he was a young dude that was already married with a family. He went to the army when he was young, which several of our homeboys went to the military at young ages. So they were away for a few years and then came back from the military. But Petey Wheat was one that never left the neighborhood. I mean, he was like, call him the mayor. He knew everybody.
Right. I had
Hey, little Caesar.
Yeah.
Have you ever been wounded? Have you ever been wounded in battle?
Oh yeah, several times. Several times. I know. I told Kev about the one time we rode up through Sportsman Park, got lit up, and that was one incident. Another time I had got stabbed up at the what's the name of that place, man? The Carolina West. Me and JB was up at the Carolina West, and some dudes was breaking in my car, and so what you call it? JB pulled out the pistol and started shooting. And so everybody broke. So I went one way, JB went the other way. And the direction I went in, I ran right into the dudes that was breaking in my car.
Hey, I had a friend, he used to tell me it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Hey, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Hey, you act like a gangbanger, you get treated like a gangbanger.
Hey, guess what though? I got caught one time and one time only. And it was an experience that I never wish on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
They put me in the hospital for a whole week. I was in the hospital for a whole week. They got me old. They did me the old school way. You know what the old school way is?
Yeah, stomping on you with them biscuits and
no, guess what they did to me? The bumper jack.
Oh no, not a bumper jack. That's broken bones right there.
The bumper jack, man. They got me with the bumper jack, man.
Hey, these youngsters don't even know what a bumper jack is.
I know they don't, brother.
Hey, get you a floor jack. Hey, Frog. Somebody want to know is that B sign for bounty hunter, the Bloods? Is that also for Brams?
No, it's a bounty hunt. From my understanding, we thought at one time we thought it was for the outlaws, but I never seen the outlaws use it. So it was only for at one time outlaws. We thought bounty hunters, and then the capital B. The capital B is for bounty hunters, and they use that for blood too. But that right there, that's the original B from Gary Barker, Straw Dog, bounty hunter. And then they use it for bloods now. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, you answered it. These dudes, I don't know if they check in late and repeat questions or what, but
yeah, I think I did answer that already.
Yeah,
but that's the blood sign. That the bounty hunter blood sign. First bounty hunter, second blood.
Okay. And what was you saying, Caesar?
I forget now. I see somebody asked if Dirty Red came home or something like that, but we don't actually call him that anymore. But you know, when I speak to the brother, he's always you know, lacing me with some knowledge and some things that he feels like our people need to do, you know, in terms of coming together and everything. And what I tell him is, I'm like, man, you done your George Jackson thing, man. You need to, you know, try to put yourself in position to come home, because he can do more good out here than he can really in there. We need him out there. He done, you know, basically became a political prisoner now. So hopefully, man, that brother make it up out of there one day. He's been gone since we were 18 years old. I mean, day for day. So you figure I'm 62, so about 44 years, I think.
Hey,
So,
Jimmy Lavender, what happened to you in the comment section, man? Why you not up in here with everybody else?
Kev, how many people can you get on this station at one time?
I believe at least 8.
What? How come Jimmy ain't here?
I don't know. Jimmy probably don't know how to work his phone.
Yeah, hey, I remember Jimmy. He remember that Watch Festival incident, and he said there wasn't no Bloods, and he's telling the truth because I was there with him. There was no Bloods at the Watch Festival in 1974 when the Bounty Hunters and the Power Rules and the Bishop was there together, and I was there.
Hey, how old are you, Frog?
I just turned 60.
Okay.
I was 13.
Man, you a youngster.
Hey, check this out. I was 13 when I became a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Slim Capone from Queen Street wants to know, Caesar, if you could speak on Abe Pumpkin and Big Mike's generation.
Well, I can like with Abe, man. Abe lived right around the corner from me, and like it's always you an older cat, you pick out a younger dude in the neighborhood that you kind of pull them under your wing a little bit or something like that. So I help, which is I kind of regret this. A lot of some of the younger guys who were maybe 12 and 13 at the time help influence them into, the gang life and stuff like that. I used to scoop Abe up in my car and stuff, and we'd be riding, throwing up the family sign and all that kind of stuff. Now with Pumpkin, I want to say Pumpkin was real young, man, when I was out there doing my thing, and so I was used to be over Pumpkin's house because his uncles and all that used to hang out with us. So I used to be over there with his uncles Reese, the twins, and Big Charles and some of those other dudes. And the cats like Big Mike and all of them, they're a few years behind me. So my circle was mostly the older dudes in the neighborhood up until around like 79. And then you started having younger dudes, that the Philosophes and Pepper and G and Ricochet and even Big Silk and all the rest of the cats that kind of took over the mantle and stuff and started pushing that thing. But I can't, trying to name off everybody and leaving a name off and all of that. That's kind of hard. I don't want to make anybody feel like their contribution was insignificant, or I'm trying to take all the credit for the neighborhood or whatever. I'm just I'm an elder now, a senior citizen. So I'm coming to y'all as a griot and an elder, just trying to state some facts and do a little bit of teaching and pass some wisdom along and stuff, because I don't want it, man. Don't go down the path we all went down, man. Had to go to prison, had to, get hooked on drugs and all this other stuff before you get yourself together, man. Start building your foundation while you're young.
Hey, AC Babalouie.
Yes, sir.
They want to know if you had any run-ins with Santana blocks and how did Puddin die?
Puddin died as a result of his injury. Got me all locked in here. putting down as a result of his injury, it probably took a toll on his life. You know, he got shot when his wife shot him.
You don't want to say her name. You don't want to say her name, huh?
No, I'm not going into that. But
I know it.
But he went and got him some money for somebody, and they couldn't take it, so they told, and she started crying to her boss, and her boss told her to shoot him, and she shot him. He got her out of jail. She got out of jail, telling him she's so sorry she shot him. She want to marry him. They got married, and he didn't want nobody to do that to her, so that's how it went. In the story, he ended up succumbing to his injuries.
That's the end of your story. The story.
Hey, see.
Yeah.
But that's the same way your relative died too, huh?
Ralph.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same way.
Shot him in the head.
Yeah. Same way.
Somebody told her to shoot him.
Yep. I was out in 1976 when him and Little Vince was riding around in that white Brougham Fleetwood.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy,
man. Ralph had a Brougham too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Had that Brougham.
That's what I'm talking about. The Ralph Carter, RC.
Yeah, he had that Brougham. A young dude rolling in a Brougham.
A 76. 1976. Him and Vince. Vince got out in 76. LB got out in 76.
Yeah, I know Puddin' and Ralph came to the long table in the Brougham.
Hey, see.
He's gone, man.
He's gone again?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him about LB, man. I wanted to ask him, when he think LB might touch down?
He go to the board next year.
Hey, I think they judging him by his history.
Yeah, they are. You know they are.
I knew it. He only had one case, man. They got people that did 30.
They turned them brothers into political prisoners.
I know that. That's what I didn't want to go into that, but I know that already.
Yeah. Hey, Kev, you know something we ain't really touched on and spoke on in all these interviews and all that I think we need to touch on this subject because it's still so real. And that's how the police had a lot to do with throwing gas on this gang fire, and also the way they were gang banging on us in general, and the history of the violence, perpetrated by the police on people in LA, period, black people, period, black people in Chicanos. We hadn't really touched on how a lot of their involvement in actually the stuff that they've done to all of us. We hadn't really touched on that.
We haven't like made that a subject matter, but individually, everybody's had a story about how LAPD dropped us off in rival neighborhoods. LAPD beat us with the billy clubs, how they used to do us in the county jail, make you get against the wall and try to just take flight on black dudes. We've all talked about, we all got a story about our dealings with the police and the racism. Frog and them talked about, and Bird talked about the riot in '65. How they broke up the truce in '92. I was there when that happened. But as far as concentrating on that as a subject, you're right. But individually, we all experienced that. That's just part of our culture.
Yeah, that's LA culture right there. The Firestone Sheriff, 77th Division, Lennox.
But guess what, my brothers? They doing their job though. That's their job. Their job is to oppress black people. That's their job. They get paid for that.
Well, I know coming from the West Side, we always heard stories about them Knicks and Gardens don't play that shit. Like,
Not the homies.
we need to all get like the Nickerson Gardens. I used to hear that all the time, dog.
Hey, guess what? I can tell you this for a fact. 3 officers lost their life trying to be undercover in the Nickerson Garden, 1976. I got beat up so bad to the point I know why people be snitching. But guess what? The people they be snitching on evidently ain't no killers, because anybody in their right mind would take an ass whooping over somebody killing them. See, my homies was killers, even when they was like 17, 16 years old. And I was like 14 and 13. They killers, man. So when you see people killing people and you running with these people, and I'm going to tell you something, man. Hey, you tell on the killer, boy, I'm going to tell you something, boy, you're going to get killed. For real. So you tell on the buster, I guess, that's one thing I hate, man, is somebody to say, this guy is a snitch. Okay, if he snitched on you, why you didn't do nothing about it? Why didn't you do nothing about it? You know what I'm saying? I've been snitched on by some homies. I didn't do nothing about it for one reason. Because guess what? Sometimes, my brother, you got to understand one thing about life, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you knew the gun was loaded when you picked it up, man. When you do evil things with people and you don't do it by yourself, you can't blame nobody but yourself, really, for doing it with them. I learned through the years, brother, that even your mama would tell on you just to save your life. You know what I'm saying? She'd rather see you in jail than to see the police kill you on the streets. So if your mama is snitch, hey, she's a good snitch because she loves you.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna close out in about 9 minutes, y'all. Anything y'all want to sum this up with, or any questions you didn't answer yet, Caesar?
Now I'm just, I'm honored to meet my brother Frog for the first time, man, and it's
God bless you, brother.
It's real blessing to have some like minds on here, and hopefully this is the beginning of something bigger than just gang talk and all of that, and history and all of that, man, because I want to see our people come together, man, and make life better for the younger people coming up through through the ranks and all that. And it's time, like I said before, we done turned killing each other into we're very good at that, but we're not very good at getting together, coming up with a plan, and struggling together for the liberation of our people.
Right quick.
All right, AC.
All right. Hey, this ain't gonna be recorded. This whole thing gonna be recorded, right?
Yeah, it's recording.
I want you to send me a link of this, man.
Okay, no problem.
All right. I love you, bro. I love all y'all.
All right,
Okay,
yes, sir.
Hey, have a good one, man.
You too, bro. I'm gonna further this later.
Okay.
All right. Much love to everyone. Peace.
All right, take it easy.
All right.
Hey, Kel.
Yep.
I just want to say this last thing before I get ready to check out. What we must understand is that the only way we're gonna come out of this, besides some type of miracle from the God above, is that you have to look in yourself and stop looking at the next man.
Correct.
And stop pointing the fingers at the next man and say, well, he killed my brother. Well, he killed my mother. Well, he killed this person I love. I understand that, because even though I'm 60 years old, I still fight that battle within myself. So I understand it's hard, but you have to look within yourself, and you have to look at deep in your heart, and you ask yourself this: is I'm helping the problem by continuing the problem? By retaliating, is I'm really doing something to really satisfy my how can I say, my mental and spiritual state? And I would say the only way you would say yes, it have to be a demon within you, because what you are doing is demonic. God said, thou shalt not kill. And by you killing or trying to kill somebody behind anything is demonic. You know what I'm saying? So don't come up with an answer to that. Look within yourself and look at yourself and say, would I like somebody killing my family member or killing me behind something stupid as we doing black on black crime? And I'm quite sure if the gun is pointing in your face, you would like to have a pass. So give yourself a pass and give the next man a pass and just let it go, man. That's all you have to do is let it go. And I know it's hard, but at the same time, man, if you can't let it go, get on your knees and ask the Lord above to help you let it go. Because I know it hurts, and it still hurts. But at the same time, you're not contributing nothing but demonic thoughts, demonic deeds. So let the demonic action go and try to become man of God or good man or man of God. That's what we're striving for. We're striving for something that's going to benefit our people. And the only thing that's going to benefit our people is you changing, not the next man. The man is yourself. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. You know, that's what I admire about Cute's. You know, Cute's baby brother was allegedly killed by a rival gang, and Cute's forgave. You know what I'm saying? And his other brother got killed by a friendly gang, like in-house, and he forgive. You know what I mean? So Cute's is a living example of what you just said, man. You got to look in that mirror and say, man, it ain't worth it. I could go kill this hood and my homeboy's hood, but what's it gonna get me? It ain't gonna get me nowhere.
Nothing.
It's gonna keep the shit going.
Nothing. Exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, so you know, got about 5 more minutes, Caesar, if you wanna say anything else.
No, man, it's just I agree with the brother. We have to break. Here come AC again, dipping in and out. Gotta break the cycle. Gotta break the cycle. I see the AC letters right there. Hey, we just gotta break the cycle, man, and we gotta, like they say, each one teach one. So if there's a youngster that's willing to listen, you know, pull him up, man, and try to put some knowledge in his head. Because I know a lot of the things that the older people that were around us, the elders, were telling us, it didn't start sticking until I got older, and now I sound like one of them, you know, when I'm talking. So we're elders, man.
That's how it go. Like they say, experience is the best teacher. Even Frog told me that when I met him.
Yeah, but hey, it's like this. If I tell you, hey, don't walk out in front of that bus, and you walk out in front of it, at least I told you.
Yeah, right.
I want to leave one more thing. The Black Panthers became revolutionaries and start fighting the police. All them guys used to be businessmen, gladiators, and whatever that was going on back in the 60s. They used to be gang members fighting each other. But what they found out was that why are we fighting each other and getting our butt kicked by the police at the same time? That don't make sense. So guess what they did? Guess what they did? They did the same thing the Bloods did. They came together and started one gang, and they called the Black Panthers. That's how all them gangs came together in L.A. under Geronimo Pratt. He was the leader of the Black Panthers in L.A., and they came from all different gangs of the 60s.
What about Bunchy Carter?
What city is he from? Oh, that's Kenny Carter's brother. He got killed real early, did he? He got killed real early.
Yeah.
By some US, the us.
Yeah.
They killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I heard about that.
I used to walk by the US building every day when we were over on 74th and Broadway. The US building was right over there.
Right there.
Yeah, they got
AC.
I don't know, man. This shit won't even disappear. I ejected him. Well, you know, I appreciate you guys for showing up and sharing your time, man. And I want to thank everybody that chimed in the comment section. And yeah, that dude, Geronimo Pratt's a rare individual, man. I'm glad I got to meet him. my mother used to always talk about that dude, right? She had a lot of love and respect for that dude. And when I met him, I couldn't wait to run and tell my mother I met Geronimo Pratt. I'm saying, Mom, you might want to hook up with this old felon when he get out. You know?
Hey,
But,
that's he's Tupac. That's Tupac uncle. Yeah, that's Tupac uncle.
Okay.
Yeah. I read where he went to Ghana. He got up out of the US altogether.
Yeah, he
ended
did.
up transitioning over in Africa.
He told me he was going to do that when he got out. And he wanted his ashes spread out over the ocean. I believe that's what they did too.
Yeah.
You know what? I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. If I had the power and the mindset of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, or like even the movie on Warriors, whatever his name, Caesar, guess what? I would call all the gangs together at one auditorium, and we would become one name. And that name, we would give ourselves one name. The Crips and Bloods, we would be no more Crips and Bloods. It would be something, it would have something to do with African this or black this. The red and blue would be kicked out the window, and everybody would be having black rags. That would be the new game. It would be called the Black Rags or the Black Flags or the Black Revolutionaries or whatever. But the Crips and Bloods would be out of there. That would be if I had that power like Malcolm X, that's what it would be, my brother. We will all be under one black rag.
Yep. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
And that's the real. The real.
Hey, Frog. So you know Hugo Piñel was part of BGF. So
I know him personally.
So what comes to mind is if you got that auditorium meeting and turned everybody into one thing, what would happen to the Samoan and Mexicans, the Chicanos, that's part of black gangs?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, my brother. You know, like Malcolm X told somebody once before, hey, you know, it's really not your struggle, you know, and the reason why I say that is this, because, you know, I actually feel that for people to stand up with us, we have to stand up for ourselves first. You only grab people in, brother, when they want to come in. Now, if you want to come in this, okay, I accept you because of your political mind. It's see what people fail to realize is not. This is not the blackness on me. That is not what I am. This is what I am. My brain, my mind. Black is a state of mind. It's not your color. So you can be a state of mind and have a black mind of consciousness and be a white boy. Believe that. You can be a Mexican and have a revolutionary mind of a black man. You know what I'm saying? So it has nothing to do with your color. It's your state of mind. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, hey, you know what? Don't get it twisted, man. Black, you know what I'm saying, is beautiful, my brother. But guess what? Hey, you got some brothers, man, that think like white people, brother. And when it comes down to it, the National Guards, when they call the National Guards, and you see that black man standing on the front line in that green army suit, get ready to kill you, I guarantee you, he gonna do his job, brother.
And he gonna kill that black dude first, too.
That's right, because guess what? He's not black mentally.
Right. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
All right.
Thanks,
all right.
All right, take it easy.
God bless.
All right, for
All
sure.
right.